And I have an outro.
Welcome to Chat with Pat. I'm your host, Patricia Peters. We'll dive into fascinating topics, share inspiring stories. We're going to share our thoughts and explore new ideas. Me and you. Get ready for 30 minutes of fun, learning, and connection. Who's ready to chat?
Good. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Patricia Peters, and I'm the host on my show, Chat with Pat. Right now, I am going solo because I have a lot to catch up with and catch up on. And tonight, I have a very interesting topic. For those of you who have never met me, my name is Patricia Peters, and I'm an immigrant from Guyana. I'm a mom, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a neighbor, a friend. And above all of that, I am a digital entrepreneur. Tonight, I have a very important topic because I got a question today from one of my leads, and she said, I want to join this business, but I don't know if it's a scam. My response was, it's not a scam because I'm too old to go to jail. But I sent her my link, my Facebook link, so she'll be watching this program tonight. And I am going in details, everything about this business that you need to know and why you should join this business and the whole 9 yards. So stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, people on TikTok. Thanks for tuning on Facebook. Thanks for watching the replays later last night. Thank you, guys. I am honored and deeply grateful. You can like my post. Give me a like. Follow my page on TikTok. Please follow me. I know when I left last night, there was over 400 of you on TikTok watching me. So that's amazing. It is such a feel-good moment that people do yearn and that they have that desire to learn and to be educated and to do things, so I'm happy. Tonight's topic is, as you guys can see, I just woke up, didn't do anything, and just took a shower. And this is me, as real as it gets, right? So a big shout out to all of you, and let's go right into the topic. What this digital business really is and why it's not a scam. So, the truth about today's economy, I'll start with that. Let's start with reality. We are living in a time where one income is no longer secured. Agreed? Prices are rising, jobs are unstable, that's for sure, and retirement is uncertain. All of these are facts, right? So let's go to the traditional path. What do we do in our life? We go to school, we get a job, we work for 40 years, and we retire. That's the cycle of life in a typical American, right, life. That model is outdated now. We got to do away with that model: school, job, work, and retire, and then we die. The world has shifted online, and income has shifted online. There is a shift, and it went to the online space. If you don't see me looking at you there, I'm looking at my camera here for my StreamYard. Amazon is online. Banking is online. Shopping is online. Education is online. So the real question isn't, is online business real? That's the real question. Isn't online business real, right? That is so, all right. So that's the wrong question to ask because everything you do today is online. I don't go to the store anymore to buy clothes and stuff. I shop online. All my banking is done online. Only if I have physical cash, then I'll go in. So the real question is, why are we still depending on only one income source in a digital world? It doesn't make sense. Why are we still depending on a one income stream in a digital age? Guys, it's time to get with the flow. All right. What is a digital business? I'm breaking this down like a child tonight. What is a digital business? A digital business simply means you sell, promote, or distribute products and services online instead of a physical store. There is no rent, no inventory in your garage, no employees to pay, and no storefront. It's not a traditional business. You operate through your phone, your laptop, and your internet, the three basic things that you need, and the very important ones. This location free income. This is a location free income, right? You're leveraging the systems, automation, and online platforms. So we have a program, we have a system, and we have social media as our platform. And all the automation, all the back work for my business is done for me. I don't have to do the heavy lifting. The heavy lifting is done for me. All I do, I reach out to people, I share my ad, I talk to them like this, and I keep updated things on my page. That's it. And I do my advertising. Digital tools. We have digital tools, right? That's it. This is not new. It's just new to many people. So this digital age is just not a new thing, but it's new for a lot of people because people need to get with the times. What is an MLM? You've heard this question and you've heard this MLM all the time. I'll give you a breakdown what it is so you have a better understanding. LMM stands for multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing. Now let's clear something up. Multi-level marketing is simply a distribution model, right? Instead of company paying television ads, billboards, radio ads, they pay people for word of mouth marketing. Let me give you an example. Big brands like Amway, Herbalife, Avon have used this model for decades. Trust me, I was involved in an MLM business. It was Avon. I did Avon for a year. These business, Amway, Herbalife, and Avon, these are just a few of them, have used this model for decades. In MLM, you earn from products you sell, the team you build, right? This is called leverage income. You're leveraging your income. It is not illegal. It is not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme has no products, only recruits, and is illegal. A pyramid scheme is illegal. It has no products, and people only recruit. They keep recruiting people when they sell nothing. We're not like that. Let me tell you what it is. A legitimate MLM has real products, has customer value, has a compensation plan, and pays commission. A legitimate MLM, right? So here's a big difference. Why this is not a scam? Let me tell you what's a scam. A scam is promises guaranteed returns, has no product, has no transparency, has no training, has no support. That's a scam. A legitimate digital MLM business has a registered company, has a real product or service, has a compensation structure, has testimonials, has leadership and support. Also, scams don't last years. Our business, our company has been 51 years now. They've been doing business for 51 years. I just went to the convention last June, and this June again will be 52 years. The reason some people think MLM is a scam is because some people fail, some people don't work the system, some people expect fast money, but failure does not equal fraud. If someone joins a gym and doesn't work out, the gym isn't a scam, is it? You getting my drift now? The gym is not a scam. They took your money, but it's not a scam because you're not losing weight because you didn't go to the gym. You're not working it. Who can start this business? This is important. You don't need a degree. You don't need experience. You don't need technical skills, and you don't need marketing background. What you need is a phone, Wi-Fi, willingness to learn, and consistency. Who is this business for? Stay-at-home moms, retirees, people with jobs, people in debt, people who wants extra income, people who wants freedom, right? I know all of you fill in that category. It is not for people who want overnight riches, people who quit easily, people who won't follow instructions. That is why I need people like me. All right. So why do we pay 149 to start my business? This is where people hesitate. They say, why do I have to pay? Let's break it down logically. 149 you pay is less than a car payment, less than a phone bill for 2 months, or even a month, less than a weekend trip, less than most people spend eating out in a month. What are you actually paying for? You're paying for access to a system, a digital system that is already made, built for you. You got your training, video-based training. You got your digital tools. You got marketing materials, and you got your product and services. You might not handle the product and services in my business because the back office does, but you will receive your products when you start this business. The compensation structure, you get a plan how you will be making your money and the opportunity to learn how to make your money. You have to learn to earn. Nobody's going to hand you a platter with thousands of dollars without you turning a straw. Come on. That's common sense, right? Every business has a startup cost. McDonald's franchise, right? Millions. Opening a salon, thousands. Starting this, 149, that's not a cost. That's an access. Here's how you can start this business step by step. This is how you start. Here's how simple this is. Number one, enroll. When I say enroll, that means you register on my website. My business link that I sent you, many of you already know it, Patricia Peters, yep. You secure your position in the system by sending your name and your email, registering with your name and email. Go through the training. You learn the product. You learn the compensation plan. You learn the messaging. You learn how to duplicate the system. It might sound hard, big words and all, but trust me, once you get into it, you smile. This is how you set up your digital presence. Social media profile optimize. You create a profile on Facebook for a business account. You have a clear bio of your picture and what you do in this business. Clear message. Hey, I am Patricia Peters. I am an immigrant mom. I am here to help ambitious parents globally teach them how to earn online or help them to have a life of sufficient and abundance or help them to secure their golden years. Anything in that matter, right? Start posting value. So when you have your business online, you already register with me on my website link. We set up your digital platform, and now you're going to start posting stuff of value. Look at my posts. Read my posts, watch my posts, go through my pages, look at the stuff I post. They all make sense. They all have value. They leave an impact in people's lives. They people read and they think. And I got a compliment from a lady from my village, a young lady, and she said, Cheryl, you're such a brilliant woman. Oh my God. And, it's so nice to have some sort of a validation that people appreciate what you do and they admire, and makes them proud to be a fellow villager. When I see people from my village exalt and excel and they become somebody in America or wherever they are, and they they climb the mountain, and they're at the viewing position right now where they're enjoying their life because they've sown the seed, they plant the garden, they have patience, they wait for the harvest, and now they're reaping the harvest. I'm happy for them. I'm glad for them. Now, when I tell people, or when people see that I'm a digital entrepreneur and I do this online, people are not happy for me. I have that feeling that people are not happy. People get jealous. It's our human nature, because one woman saw the stuff that I post, and she sent it to another woman, and she said, "Where did this girl learn all these things? How does she know all these things?" Rather than her coming to me and say, "Hi, Cheryl, I'm so proud of you. I am so honored that you are growing and developing in whatever you're doing, and I'm impressed with you. I'm so happy for you, and I'm proud of you as a sister, a daughter of the fellow village we were living in. We're all living in the United States now." Instead of her coming to me and not praising me, I don't want people to praise me. I don't want people to go all out and be crazy about it, but just a simple recognition, something nice and quiet, something that can encourage me. So this woman went and tell another woman, like, "Oh my God, that girl is playing show off. She's using big words and all these things." And so that was so pity. It was so pitiful and petty of a grown woman to think like that. That was childhood days. That was when you were a teenager. We're grown women. I'm 55 years old. She's probably 65 or whatever. And another woman from my village, she told me, looking at me every time I post something, she said she watched me and I encourage her, because she's starting up a business as well. And I encourage her to do whatever I'm doing, that she wants to be somebody like me. And that makes me happy. I encourage her. I give her words of encouragement. I said, "Listen, if I can do this, you can too." That's why I tell all my American friends, when I was working in the bank and wherever I worked, and they said, "Oh, Cheryl, how come the guy in these people is this? And how come you just came to this country? And how come you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're gaining this and you're getting that and you're using this and you're living like this?" And I was like, if I can do this, if I can come in this country with a $32,000 debt, with two children, a husband, no documents, and still prosper in this country, so can you. If I can do this, you can too, right? That's my words of encouragement. If I can do anything that you see me do here, now, and in the past, and coming in the future, if I can do it, you can do it too. Because most of you are smarter than I am. Most of you have degrees. You have your masters. You have your a lot of things you have that I don't. So don't sell yourself short. Don't belittle yourself. You can do this. So social media, you bring value, right? Let's get back to the message. Share your journey. As you see, I always say, I've been living in this country for so many years. I'm so and so. I work so and so. This is my children. This is what I do. This is what I do now. That's my story. This is why I do it. And then I have a call to action to invite you into the business, right? So share your journey, share your education, share your testimonial. What has this business done for you? Since I started this business, it has made me grown so much. It has transformed my mindset from not believing in myself to start believing, from my messy life to a message, from mediocrity to prosperity, from from a person who was very quiet and an introvert to a person who is like bawling at you now, right? So there is transformation, there is testimonial, there is education, there is so many things you can share on social media. So that you want to bring value to your business page. So you want people to resonate with you that, oh my God, she's real, she's authentic, she's Guyanese, for crying out loud. And then number five, you invite. No pressure. I'm not pressuring. I never pressure anyone. I invite people. I plant the seeds. I water the seeds. I let my garden flourishes with the flower, and I let the butterflies come to me. I don't go chasing after butterflies. This is me not chasing you. I have to I have to return 780 something emails on leads that I gotten for the past few weeks. So my hands are full and I got a lot of stuff to do. The butterflies are coming. I don't go chase after butterflies. The butterflies come to me. So, would you like information? What you do now in the business, you plug into the system. Let tools do the explaining, right? You follow up. Fortune is in the follow up. When you get sales, you get business partners, they become distributors in the business and they become their own CEOs. Those are your results for all the work you do, all the hard work you put in. How you make money. There are typically three ways you can earn. You earn when someone buys the product. That's retail profit. Team commission, you earn when your team sells. Bonuses and rank advancement. As your organization grows, your income grows. Some of my business partners who are coaches in the business, and they will share when we have our Zoom meetings, they will share 30,000, 40,000, this, that. They didn't even know that they're getting all these bonuses because so many people are in their group that everybody's doing the business, and you're the head who got all these people into your business. You're making all this money. And it comes as a surprise, like, oh my God. I got coached the other day. Franco was sharing that, oh my God, he got a 5-figure bonus and he didn't even know that it was coming. It was a surprise. So as your organization grows, your income grows. As my group grows and they start bringing people, I'm getting more money as well, right? They're making money. I am making money as well. So this is leverage. You work, you help 5 people work, they help 5 people, it duplicates, right? It duplicates. Now you're no longer trading time for money. You're building an asset. What determines your gains? What determines your gains? Your gains depend on activity level, consistency, skill development, mindset, and duplication. So when I tell you, when you get into this business, your life is going to be transformed, because when you zoomed in, you stay plugged in to your Zoom meetings, your masterminds, to your group meetings, and you spend an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, once, twice, thrice a week, you become these people. You learn the system, you learn the trade, you learn how to do things, you learn how to talk to people like this, and you become me. You become my coach. You become our founders. And you become your own boss. And you're doing the business because you want to make money. You will put your best foot forward and your best effort because this is where your bread and butter comes, right? This is not a lottery ticket. It's a skill-based income model. Is this business for everyone? Personally, I don't think this business is for everyone. But if you want money, if you love money, if you need money, and you want to live that life, whereby you don't have to worry about balancing your checkbook to the penny. You don't have to worry when you go to the restaurant, oh my God, how much will this bill come and how much tips do I have to pay? And you don't have to be stressed about these things because you know your checkbook is well overloaded, right? So this is not a lottery ticket, it's a skill-based income model. If you post daily, invite people daily, follow up daily, learn daily, you grow. These are the attributes of a good, successful business. So the bigger vision is it's not about the 149. I don't know why the 149 turned people off. I don't know what the 149 is, just two pieces of paper or three, four pieces of paper that you're paying to have the keys to your success, if I should put it that way. Doors open so you can leverage a business. 149, I go to the restaurant and it's done. In a twinkle of a second. This 149 will get me a business on social media, will get me a community of over 280,000 people. It'll get me a coach, a mentor. It'll get me the system. It'll get me automation. It'll get me the video-based training. It gets me my whole setup for my business. So why should I be worried and scared about the 149? Right? This is about freedom. The 149 is about freedom. It's about options. It's about extra income. It's about a breathing room when you can relax finally, peace of mind. It's about legacy. And this is huge for me. I'm a legacy builder. I want to leave things. My parents left things so that we as kids can enjoy. Well, I didn't enjoy much of it. My brother is enjoying it because I didn't want. But legacy is what I want for my children and my children's children. I want to leave a legacy for my grandchildren. You can stay where you are. I'm not forcing anyone. I can take you as far as I can. I can take the horse as far as I can to the water, but I can't force the horse to drink the darn water. So you can stay where you are, or you can build something out of what I'm telling you tonight. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. The world is moving digital. The question is, will you move with it? That's the big question. Will you move with the world? So with that being said, I hope I covered all of the aspects of this business that I do. And you could ask me a question. Ask me any question. Message me a question right now. Ask me. How long have you started this business, Patricia? I started this business March 16, 2023. Why did you start this business? I started this business because I had a situation where my daughter's car broke down and I had to dish out $5,000 to repair her car engine. In that mindset, like any good parent, I dish that money out, give it to my daughter. Who's going to have $5,000 checking this day and age in America to give to their children when life throws a curveball at you, an unexpected expense? That is why it's always good to set up a rainy day fund. I work at the bank. People come and they'll have Christmas accounts, vacation accounts, rainy day accounts. So I laugh because I've never heard about it. So I was like, oh my God, you have all these accounts, like 10, 12 different accounts, tax accounts, this account. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that, people do all of this because I was new to banking. I didn't have that knowledge of all this stuff. And they're like, when Christmas time comes, every time these people come to the bank, they'll throw a $5, a $10 in there. And when Christmas time comes, they have like $1,500, $1,600. So they withdraw that money and they go buy Christmas gifts. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. Sometimes we need to have a rainy day fund. We need to have a Christmas account. We need to have an expense account. because life throws us curveballs sometimes, unexpected expenses. And you got to be prepared for these, right? You got to be prepared. And my daughter wasn't prepared because they go to college, they have all these loans, they have all these debts, they're traveling, they're doing this, they're doing that. They never have enough. So, as parents, they are my responsibility. I don't care how old they are. They're grown women, they have good jobs. I don't care how old they are my responsibility. I bring them into this world and I'll see them through this world as long as I live. So I dished that money out, but then it dawned on me that what if I'm getting older? What if I'm not here and my kids need me? How can I be of support still, even if I'm not here? And that broke me. It broke me. It made me think long and hard and twice, thrice, and a zillion times. What can I do extra to make sure my kids will be okay if I'm dead and gone? I can't depend on my parents. I did this business when my dad was alive and they were in the 80s. And I was like, I can't depend on my parents to help my kids because they need help themselves. And I can't depend on my brothers. As much as they're nice, they still have their family and their lives to live. And I don't want to burden anyone. And I don't know if I die, if my husband will help my kids. He will, but I'm not sure. I can't depend on anyone. I have my life insurance, yes, but that will blow away in a few morning. I want a consistent paycheck that can come in every month so they can live their life with a sense of security, knowing that all will be well. And that's the legacy I want to leave. So when I was lying down on a Sunday afternoon, scrolling on social media, watching my friends' pictures and complimenting them and making remarks and having a fun time, an ad popped up with my now coach. And she said she was talking her story. She was in Paris next to the Eiffel Tower. And she is saying that this business can take you places. She's doing this business because she helped her church and her church people. She's helped her parents to come from one country to Canada. She moved out from a bug-ridden apartment to a sky-rise apartment. She sent her boys to private schools. She's traveling the world, and she has over almost 3,000 people under her right now doing this business. 19 months into the business, she quit, and she's take this business on full time. And it's a digital business. She mentioned you don't have to sell, you don't have no inventory, you don't have to have any experience. All you have to do, have a computer, Wi-Fi, and your phone, and come just as you are. No experience needed. And this business will leave a legacy for your family. That resonated with me. And that's when I said, okay, I tap on her link, watch the webinar. I register with my name and email, watch the webinar. I like what I saw, what I heard, all the testimonies, all the people saying this, how this business has transformed their life. I tap into it. I haven't heard from her. She was so busy. 3 days after, she called and she said, "Hi, Pat, I'm X, Y, and Z. And why did you want to do this business?" And I told her I want to do this business because of my children. And she says, "Great." Um, she sent me some videos. I watch those videos. I like what I see. I like the structure of the business. I like the compensation plan. I like the products that they have that I use for my health. And I tap into it. I bought my products. I started my business. And 3 weeks, I got checks. Out of the products that I bought, I got checks. I got commission off of my own stuff. Then I did my training. I set up my accounts on social media. I start posting ads. And that's how you guys start seeing me every day on social media. I've been on social media since 2009. I was very conservative. I only post pictures. I never went live. I never want to touch that button because I was so scared. What will people think of me? And what will people say? Because we're living in a society where people are so judgmental. And a lot of people know me from the bank. I can't go anywhere without people not recognizing me because I worked so many years in upstate New York here. And everywhere I go, someone knows me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what did I get myself into? But I realize that I have to live my life not to please people and society, but to live my life to please myself. I have a vision, I have a goal, I have a purpose, I have a plan, and I have a destination. And if you see my vision board over there, if you guys can see it, that's my vision board over there. Let me see if you can see it here. That's my vision board over there. Yep. Oh, this computer. My vision board. Those are all the things I need to accomplish before I die, and places that I need to go before I die. Yeah, so if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a purpose, a plan, and a goal in life, then what are you living for, right? So I hop into the business and I'm here. March 16 will be 2 years. You've been seeing me 2 years every day, almost every day. Yes, so that's my story. And I have a story, you have a story, we all have a story. And we need to share our story, because when you share your story, you can change lives. I've been changing people's lives. I've been changing their thoughts, their mindset globally, and people are reaching out and they want to make a difference in their lives. And hey, that's what I'm here for. So if everything I told you tonight resonates with you and you want to do something different, you want to be somebody, you want to elevate your life, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Take that first step. Take that leap of faith. Because when you do, things happen. When you don't, nothing happens, right? If you do nothing, nothing happens. And I shared a post today on social media, and the post was, don't ask the cause, ask what it creates. That was one of them. And that was a cute one. The other one that I posted, I'm trying to see. Let me go to my business page. I think I posted on my business page. It was really, really nice. Something about you can't wait. Okay, this is it. It says sometimes later becomes never. We always put things aside. Like I have some laundry that I folded and I'm leaving it for tomorrow. Every day I'm leaving it for tomorrow. I don't want to put it away because, sometimes you're not in the mood to do things. So you're procrastinating, and in life, people procrastinate a lot. So sometimes later becomes never. So my advice to you, don't procrastinate. Don't leave things for later. Later, the food gets cold. Opportunities lose their value when you wait. Later, you lose interest. I always say, beat the iron while it's hot. I'll never forget that. A guy wrote my dad a letter. He lives in Canada. I'll tell you the story. I always use that phrase, beat the iron while it's hot. That guy is dead and gone now. God rest his soul. Very good man, very intelligent man. And for those of you living in Wim, you guys know Uncle Coughlin. He used to owns a rum shop. His son Adrian is married to my cousin. So this is the story of that wedding. So he wrote my dad a letter, and my dad wasn't home. My dad was in Suriname. So who took the responsibility? I took the responsibility, and I respond to his letter. And he was asking my dad for my cousin's hand in marriage to his son. And I respond to that letter. The marriage happened. They're living happily ever after. Pammy and Adrian. Kudos to you guys. But in that letter, he says he wants to beat the iron while it's hot before the boy changes his mind, right? So later you lose interest. That's why I say beat the iron while it's hot. Excitement fades if you delay so long. Later, the day turns into night. Time moves on whether you act or not. Later, life goes by. Days turn into years faster than you think. Later, you regret not doing something. Unmade choices often brings the deepest regrets. You don't want to live like that. Later, words go unsaid. The people who matter may never hear them. And I'll tell you this, some of you love people and you never say a word and you're waiting for later and later and somebody come behind your back and marry the darn girl or the darn boy and you lost. Later, words go unsaid. The people who matter may never hear them. Later, chances disappear. Many of you lose out on your chances because you left things for later. Doors close quietly while you hesitate. Later, dreams fade. When you postpone, today may never happen tomorrow. What you postpone today may never happen tomorrow. Don't wait for later. Do it now because sometimes later becomes never. So make today the day you start this digital business. So if my post is out there on my Facebook and my website is there, just copy the website, put it on your browser. When you tap into it, you'll see my story, you'll see my face, you'll see my picture. It's a Christian website I chose. It's a Christian page I chose. It's very beautiful. And just read the testimonials, watch the 20 minutes webinar, and all the way at the bottom, it says join now. And what you'll do, you'll register with your correct email. If you don't, a lot of people, I got a lot of emails that they don't put their correct emails. They want to know if the business is real, but they're not real. They're not being honest. And I want you to put your correct email so I can respond to you. Okay? And in that way, you get more information about the business. I'm really hot. This message has been a hot one. So thank you guys for listening. Yes, so don't wait. Sometimes later becomes never, and you don't want to miss out on opportunities. You don't want to be the person holding you back of your blessings. You don't want to be the person throwing away the keys to your success. All right. So my advice to you, you've seen many partners, all my business partners are out there. They're all posting their ads. You've seen all of us, tons of us, many of us from all races, all ethnicity, all languages, all background, all over the world. We're posting our ads because everybody wants people to join the business and live a life of abundance and success. So if you are listening to me right now as an immigrant from a different country, I'm an immigrant, you can relate with me. How long are we going to live the way we are living right now, from mediocrity to mediocrity, paycheck to paycheck? How long do you want that cycle to go on? We need to break that cycle. We need to change. We need to take a stand. We need to come out of our comfort zone and we need to grow. We need to change and develop and do something before something do you, right? That's a Guyanese one. So that being said, I hope this message touches you and you feel I've given you a ton of knowledge. I hope it resonates with you and you reach out to me and let's talk business. I'll be your mentor every step of the way. That being said, I spent 10 o'clock, almost 45 minutes with you, and I'll bid you good night. If you look around and you find that there are no good human beings in the world, please be the first one to be kind, caring, and loving. Ciao for now. Have a blessed night and bye. Love you all.